So, our first story today is: would you cover for your son if he was cheating on his wife? Hi, Aunt Jay. Would you cover for your son if he was cheating on his wife? Because I am, and now I can't even look her in the eye. I've only got one child, a son. I've always wanted a daughter, and when I met my now daughter-in-law Stacey, she immediately became like one to me. She's so thoughtful, respectful, and kind. She never comes between me and my son. If anything, she's brought us closer together. I love her as if she was my own. For years I thought of her as the perfect match for my son. She looks after him and is a great mom to their little boy. She's built a home that is warm and happy. But lately I've been struggling because my son's been cheating on Stacey and it's been going on for months. And I can't bear the thought of this destroying their lovely little family. At first I told myself it was a stupid mistake, a fling that would fizzle out, but it hasn't. It's turned into something regular and I can't ignore it. And as if it couldn't get any worse, he's started dragging me into it, using me as his alibi, telling Stacey he's been at mine when he hasn't. Saying he's had dinner at mine when I haven't even seen him that day. Stacey mentioned something about him spending the night here at my house. I went along with it because I couldn't bring myself to tell her. I hated lying to her, but I felt like I had no other choice if I didn't want to blow up their marriage. But now it's become a regular thing, telling her he's around here or that he had to take me somewhere. It's gotten to the point where I can't even look Stacey in the eye anymore. She came round with my favourite flowers the other day, said she'd noticed I didn't see myself lately and was worried about me. She stood there in my kitchen concerned about me, completely unaware I was helping her husband betray her. I've begged my son to stop this nonsense. I've told him it's wrong and that he's breaking his vows and everyone else's trust. Plus the fact that every time Stacey leaves after visiting with my grandson, I feel like I'm betraying her too. But he just shrugs it off and changes the subject, tells me to stop being dramatic. Last week he even laughed and said I was too involved, as if I'm the problem. I told him I can't keep on doing this anymore, but he knows I'd never tell Stacey. Telling her would tear their lives apart. Not telling her tears me apart. I try to convince myself it's actually not my place to say anything. I'm not sure if I actually believe that or I'm just too scared to face the truth. Any advice would be helpful, Aunt Jay. This isn't about covering for him. He's decided for you. He's lying to his wife and using your name without even giving you the chance to say yes or no. Dragging you into his betrayal. You have to put a stop to it now. Tell him, don't ever use my name again without my permission. And mean it. If Stacey brings something up that isn't true, you don't have to go looking for her to tell her about it, but you also don't need to back up his lies. Right now he's counting on you to stay quiet so he can keep doing what he's doing. The more you allow it, the more he'll use you. You can love your son without being part of his cheating. Honestly, put your foot down. Our second story today is: my fiance has been keeping a secret. Hi, Aunt Jay. I don't even know where to start. For a whole year, I thought my fiance Ben was working a normal 9 to 5. Every morning he gets up, irons a shirt and puts on a full suit, grabs his travel mug and kisses me goodbye. He even wears his work pass clipped to his belt. Sometimes he texts me during the day saying he's in a meeting or complaining about his boss. When he comes home in the evening, he kicks off his shoes and tells me about the office gossip or deadlines. It all feels just so normal, but it was all fake. Ben had actually been let go from his job over a year ago, and instead of telling me, he kept up a whole routine. Every single day, like nothing had happened. I only found out because a letter came through the door from a credit company. I opened it thinking it must be some sort of mistake, but when I showed Ben, his face went pale. He couldn't even look at me. And that's when he admitted it. Said he was too ashamed to tell me he'd lost his job and thought he'd find something quickly. He didn't want to disappoint me, and that weeks turned into months, and he just kept pretending. Every morning he'd get dressed for work, but I know now he was either sitting in the library or wandering around town killing time at the shopping centre till it was time to come home. He told me he felt like a complete failure and that he couldn't stand the idea of me thinking less of him. He cried when he told me this, proper sobbing. But I do feel completely betrayed. And while he was keeping up this act, I was paying for everything. Rent, groceries, bills. I only agreed to all that because he told me he was saving his wages for our wedding. He made me feel like we were both sacrificing, just in different ways. Except there are no savings, not a penny, just a pile of final notices and credit card debt. I feel so stupid. I've been imagining a future with him, a wedding, a home of our own. Now I don't even know if I should go through with it. I understand he was embarrassed, but he lied to me every single day for a whole year. And I keep asking myself, Aunt Jay, if he can keep this up for that long, what else is he capable of hiding? Well, your last line says that you know the answer. If he could keep this up for that long, what else is he capable of hiding? And he kept this going for a year. It would have been a lot longer but for the fact that you found out about it. Even after a year he didn't tell you about it, he got found out. This wasn't him making a bad choice for a couple of days while he looked for work. This would have still been going on if that letter hadn't come through the door. This is calculated deceit. He let you carry all the bills while he was pretending to be someone he wasn't. Trust isn't something that can be patched with an apology. It has to be earned. And right now, he's showing you exactly who he is. My advice, run, don't walk. Well, that's my advice. What are your thoughts and advice on today's stories? Let me know in the comments section. And if you enjoy real stories like this, make sure you subscribe. I have new stories and reactions every single week. So until next time, guard your heart and protect your peace.